So I'm Allison, and I came to the Parish Players the first time a long time ago in 1976 in my youth. I had just moved here. I'd been in New York actually trying to be an actress, and I moved up to Vermont and was living right up the road on Lake Fairley, and someone must have told me there was a great little theater here in Thetford. So I came over and I auditioned, and I was cast in Scenes from American Life by A.R. Gurney, and Jillian Tyler was the director. And that's all I remember about it. I don't know who else was in it. I should find the program, but it was a wonderful piece of vignettes. We all played multiple characters, and it was great. It made me really happy to have found the Parish Players and know that there was some great theater happening up here. So that was that, and then I didn't live here that long. I went off and lived in a bunch of other different places, and I moved back here about 7 years ago. And let's see, I did a production of The Long Christmas Dinner, which had also been done a long time ago, one of the earlier shows here, and we kind of brought it back. Neil McGlathry directed, and there were a bunch of folks in that production who'd been involved with the Parish Players for a long time. And we did one production at the church down the road, and then another one here, which was fun. It's a Thornton Wilder play, yeah. And then I produced The Tens about 5 or 6 years ago. That was a bunch of folks. Paul was in it, and Faith Catlin and I co-produced. So that was my, big kind of reconnection with a lot of different folks here. And then last year I directed for The Tens, which was a lot of fun, and I'm doing that again this year, and I have high hopes for doing more directing down the road and acting too. Well, actually, I was on the board for like a minute about 5 or 6 years ago, but I don't know what happened. I think you were on the board, weren't you? Yeah, yeah. So anyway, but I have to say, one of the great things when we moved here, I live right around the corner on Thetford Hill. It's one of the things I like to say to people. It's like we have this great little theater right around the corner from my house. I love that. Well, I think that there are a lot of really interesting, creative people in Thetford anyway. There are lots of, people that are filmmakers and writers and theater people, but I think it creates a place for people to connect and come together, which, builds more community and gives people outlets to do the stuff they love to do. I, before moving up here, was in Boston for a long time and have been involved with a lot of different community groups. And, I think one of the things that I've seen over and over is having a bench of people who are eager and willing to do a lot of things and who have the skill set, whether it's, sound or lighting or directing or whatever. And I think the Parish Players has that, which is a great thing. So you're not scrambling with every production to figure out who's gonna, we still do a little bit of that, but I think there are enough people here who are committed and, are really available to jump in and do stuff. So, I think any community theater board has to kind of corral a lot of different points of view, which we certainly do here. I think the Parish Players has a really unique kind of programming that the theater really loves to do. I personally would love to see more musical theater, just because I'm a musical theater girl. I don't think we do a whole lot of that, but I'm hoping that maybe one of these days we'll bring it back. But I think, a lot of people in the Upper Valley think that the Parish Players really has sort of a unique kind of voice or view of the kinds of work that they like to do here, which is great. I think The Tens, for me, I'm right in the middle of reading the final plays to pick the one I want to direct. It's a great opportunity to do a whole, mashup of different kinds of plays, which is nice. So I, am a passionate theater person. I think that there's no substitute for live performance. And I don't care what happens to the internet and community and how automated the world gets, you know, there will be no substitute for being in a room with people who are performing and in real time. So I hope it won't change too much. You know, maybe some of our technology will change around how we do our sound effects and our lights and our whatever, but I don't think the essence of what we do will change. I hope not.